Welcome to Studio 5. Here's what's ahead on today's show.
My faith don't flinch, it's alright. Never gonna get off of my shoulder.
The men of MercyMe have new music and a new movie.
For me personally, this has worked just because it has forced me to step out into that unknown.
The state gave me 160 acres on account of my ancestors.
A real-life millionaire story ready for the silver screen with an 11-year-old black girl leading the dig for Sarah's Oil.
I got roll on my land, and I'm looking for a partner to help me fill it out.
And this dragon-slaying summer blockbuster moves to the small screen.
We're excited to share those stories, and we have this week's countdown of the top 5 uplifting entertainment stories.
At number 5.
Tell me, what do you do?
A major announcement from recording artist and pastor Donnie McClurkin.
We've been working on a brand new musical project, and it's going to be my final recording, entitled Finally. And literally, it is a work of love, saying thank you and farewell to the recording industry, but leaving a mark that will glorify God.
At number 4. Some new faces are added to the wall of television's highest honors.
The Television Academy welcomed 6 new inductees into the TV Hall of Fame over the weekend, including actors Viola Davis, late-night host Conan O'Brien, and actor Henry Winkler.
The 2018 hit film I Can Only Imagine gave audiences an inside look at the dramatic real-life story behind MercyMe's most popular song. The band has a new movie coming in the new year, and they have new music available right now. They're with us this week to share Wonder and Awe.
You said my fate was sealed. You said my days were numbered. Case closed with no appeal. My future 6 feet under.
So is making an album an ongoing process, or is it just you write the songs all the time and let's get into the studio?
Yes to a little bit of all of it, I guess. This album took about 1.5 years. It kind of started with us working with our producer, Ted T, and just playing around with songs. And next thing you know, we realized that I think we're making an album.
Messing with my head in ghost fashion. My heart was holding its breath. Terrified of taking my last one. Oh, death, you scared me to death.
The way the songs ended up, I think, potentially is because we weren't really thinking album from the beginning, and so the songs are, there's a lot of different styles on here that if we would have thought too hard about it, may not have made the record, like Canary in a Coal Mine and stuff like that. But it was, Ted was really encouraging of like, man, this music's coming out of you guys, put the album out, don't worry about the rules or whatever. And so we had a blast making it, and just finally happy it's out.
Do you sense an overarching theme on the whole project?
That's a good question.
Should have thought about that.
I would say, like, to me, like, it's just a really joyful record. You know, there's heavier content in it, but like the whole thing just points to joy for me personally. I know the concept behind it is like being caught by the wonder and the awe of God, which sometimes it feels like we've lost in the church, but I think that comes immediately with joy of what we've been given.
My faith don't flinch, it's alright. Never gonna get off of my shoulder. You thought you had the last laugh. You thought this song was over.
The album was either going to be titled Wonder and Awe or Sing Like You've Already Won, and they both kind of applied to what we're going for. And it's a little bit of what I said earlier about how we started writing without really thinking of an album, and so the songs were kind of all over the place. But there was, you know, part of it felt like we were teenagers in a garage band again, like, you know, just not really, if there are any rules, not really playing by them. And so there is like this childlike kind of thing about a lot of these songs, whether it's Fred Astaire or just stuff that just, you know, we said 30 years ago, man, if it doesn't pull at their heartstrings, and just try to make them dance. And so it's just, I think there's just a child, I don't know if a childlike wonder, but there was just a different approach to this album, and that kind of led me to actually writing the song Wonder and Awe, and talking about, you know, I'm not sure where our childlike faith grew up, and so I think musically, the album, that just kind of seemed like the appropriate title for the album and this bunch of songs.
Indeed. So this is the 12th album. What have you learned from the previous 11 that you brought into the studio this time around?
I learned to enjoy it. You know, it's, you know, we've been doing this. We started in '94, so it's you know, I mean, we've said for the last 15 years we feel like we're on borrowed time, but people keep listening to the music. But yeah, it's, I think whenever it stops being fun, you know, and I don't know if we would do it much longer, but yeah, just I think our level of gratefulness is probably at an all-time high, and we're old enough to realize and understand how fortunate we are to get to do this for a living. And so you know, yeah, that's what the last 11 albums have taught me, is to enjoy it every step of the way, because you know, we're doing something that's it's pretty special, I feel like, as far as just being able to do it this long.
You can catch MercyMe in a city near you in the coming weeks. The MercyMe Live 2025 tour continues this fall. Grammy-nominated recording artist Natalie Grant will join them, along with music newcomer Sam Wesley. The true story of a little girl who becomes a millionaire at just 11 years old. We've got the story of Sarah Rector.
I'll give you $20 an acre.
I ain't selling.
She was feisty.
Yes.
I like that.
You're sassy.
Yeah, she was really sassy, you know. She knew what she wanted.
That's what's important.
I know we got oil.
How you know, girl?
God.
At number 3.
There's more to life than just making money. It's integrity. That's what you stand for.
What you think?
I think you gotta be a little crazy sometimes in this world to get what you want.
Actor Denzel Washington makes a splash in the headlines with his response to questions about cancel culture.
Do you guys consider being quote-unquote canceled?
What does that mean, being canceled?
It means you lose public support.
Who cares? What made public support so important to begin with?
I guess because followers now are currency.
I don't care who's following. Okay? You can't lead and follow at the same time, and you can't follow and lead at the same time. I don't follow anybody. I follow the heavenly spirit. I follow God.
Amen.
I don't follow man. I have faith in God. I have hope in man. But look around. It ain't working out so well.
Yeah.
Forget being followed. You can't be canceled if you haven't signed up. Don't sign up. I know what that means, to have nothing and want everything.
What is that? Insurance. That's Jake from State Farm.
At number 2.
I might be singing about a guitar-playing pickle. Yeah, a guitar-playing pickle picking in a pickle patch with a penguin eating pizza. Wow! Woo! Guitar-playing pickle.
It's country music's biggest stage, and Elmo, Abby Cadabby, and Sesame Street helped the Grand Ole Opry to celebrate a musical milestone. Its 100th anniversary.
There's so many great country songs already. Elmo would love to do a duet with Miss Dolly Parton. Yes. Maybe we could do Jolene together. Come on, Dolly, call Elmo. Yeah, or Love is Like a Butterfly.
This week's #1 story in the countdown is coming up in just a little bit. Right now, we turn to one little girl's big story as it makes its way to the big screen. Sarah Zoyle shares the story of the 11-year-old who became one of the nation's first African-American millionaires.
My name's Sarah Rector. The state gave me 160 acres on account of my ancestors, and there's a lot.
Our Aunt Sarah lived an incredible life, and it's important to us that her story is being told.
I got oil on my land, and I'm looking for a partner to help me drill it out.
Bertrand Byron Smith, at your service. I look for oil, and I drill for it.
I was thinking 50-50.
We should have our lawyers meet. That's my lawyer, the Texas handshake. There ain't nothing more binding.
We're in Oklahoma.
It goes double for Okies. Here we go.
Can you imagine? She was 11 years old. They struck oil on the land, and suddenly she's worth millions. It's almost so incredible. It's hard to believe that it's true.
I'll give you $20 an acre.
I ain't selling.
She was feisty.
Yes.
I like that.
You're sassy.
Yeah, she was really sassy, you know. She knew what she wanted.
That's what's important.
I know we got oil.
How you know, girl?
God gave me ears to hear.
Regardless of what we're faced with, we still carry that faith because it's precious.
What's the damage? Well, this might be the end of the road.
You give it so easy.
What's your guess? Is she gonna do the right thing?
We shook hands.
You may have to speak to her.
I don't know what to say.
God'll give you the words.
We need money out of you. But how are we gonna get him?
Hi, I'm Sarah, Bert's business partner. Has Bert properly presented our proposition, ma'am?
You said y'all need to put in there $1,000?
We need $2,000, and we need it today. It's a partnership.
I think Sarah will be proud of the way her story is portrayed.
That's all we wanted. We want to see the truth. It's a privilege to let everyone know who Sarah Rector was.
I've never seen anything like it. That field you're sitting on could be the richest in all Oklahoma.
You taught me things about my soul. Ain't nobody ever done that for me. Ain't nobody ever cared.
We're dealing with some mighty devious folks over there.
Then we need to fight for what's ours.
Is that why I see dynamite?
That's my oil!
No, it ain't!
I would not do that if I was you.
You took the liberty of wiring up your wells just in case you wanted to do something foolish.
It's funny, when the land had only weeds and lizards, it was all mine. But when people found out there's oil lines, they started thinking it's theirs. All I'm asking is to keep what's mine.
Her name is Sarah Rector, and you're going to be hearing a lot about her.
That is an early look at Sarah's Oil. It's in theaters November 7th, and we will be sharing even more of the film in the coming weeks. Right now, it's time for your story in pictures. Here's this week's Studio 5 Snapshot.
We take a moment to look back at memories from the life of award-winning actor, poet, and recording artist, Malcolm Jamal Warner. We share these images as his mother, Pamela Warner, honors her son with a new social media project aimed at keeping his life's work alive. It's Malcolm Jamal Warner's Living Legacy Instagram page. It will highlight projects and causes connected to his passions. Warner became a household name playing Theo Huxtable on The Cosby Show. The husband and father died July 20th at age 54.
And that is this week's Studio 5 Snapshot. The summer movie season is cooling a bit, but that means some big titles coming to the small screen even closer to you, like the live-action take on How to Train Your Dragon.
It's such a beloved franchise, and we think that live action can really benefit it. And I said, if you're thinking of doing it, then I want in, because I know where the heart is, I know these characters, I know the story, and I want to protect it.
Welcome back to Studio 5. Here's a look at the #1 story in the world of uplifting entertainment this week.
At #1, snapshots from the Music City and one of music's biggest nights.
It's a celebration with the best in gospel music at the 40th Annual Stellar Awards. At the helm of this year's show is brother and sister duo BB and CeCe Winans. We hit the red carpet before the event.
People haven't seen us together, but he never stopped being my brother. But the joy is seeing the joy of other people seeing us come together. You know,
like our mother.
We knew we had some. Yeah, my mother flew in to see us. My mom, 88 years old, flew in to see us. And I'm like, whoa. So that's pretty special.
The 40th Annual Stellar Awards airs Saturday, August 30th on the Stellar Network. It will also air on Sunday, August 31st on BET.
Stellar celebrates 40 years.
40 years.
Why do you think it's lasted?
Well, because the gospel is so very, very necessary. And music is that universal language that allows the message of the gospel to be communicated in a way that even the non-believer can believe it.
With the summer box office season cooling into fall, some big releases are now available on the small screen. And this week, we take a look at How to Train Your Dragon, available now on a small screen at your fingertips.
Okay, action.
Fans thought we were done. Why revisit this story in this way?
I place that credit and blame on Universal Studios.
Okay.
I have to kill you. I will, because I'm a Viking. Hear that? I'm a Viking!
How do you approach casting?
Well, casting's really interesting. I mean, we had a wonderful casting director named Lucy Bevan, and she pulled together really amazing combinations of talented young actors who could kind of invent their own chemistry in the room.
Maybe they're not as bad as we think they are.
In case you forgot, our parents' war is about to become ours.
When it comes to Nico and Mason, these two
just sort of came alive in the room, and suddenly I felt that they both embodied the core character of Hiccup and Astrid.
That really captured who the character was at their core and how they played off of one another.
Who is Fishlegs?
Who is Fishlegs? He is, I like to describe him as kind of this, I don't know, he just loves dragons. He loves everything about them. That's his calling. His higher calling is to be one with dragons and to know them and to get to know them. And he's a lover. He's not a fighter. He just wants to be there and adore them. And he's kind of put into this world of kind of we have to kill them and we have to fight them. And he's kind of just there, just being happy and being himself. And that's who Fishlegs is in this movie. Like, he's just this lovable teddy bear, to be honest.
These beasts are a threat to all of our lands.
It's time, Hiccup. So what's it like going from the voice of a Viking to being a Viking in live in?
It was really exciting. It was much more challenging.
They've killed hundreds of us!
And we killed thousands of them!
I felt like I started to feel like Stoic with the weight of the world on top of him. Like, oh God.
Yes.
But that was part of it. I feel because of that costume, because of that process of going through there, helped me achieve the Stoic that I wanted to create.
Why did you want to see this story reimagined this way? Considering we have a trilogy, we all love it. People talk about having, tight bonds with this. Why?
Because you can't get too much of a good thing.
Toothless, no! He's a friend! You all need to see this. I'm not one of them.
Wow, if this is this good and it's animated, what if we could then kind of reinvent, recreate, and go into the live action world where I can actually be Stoic and I can give 1,000 more colors in terms of the voice, the movement, everything than I can in a voice studio. I am here in this world. It's so emotional and it's so powerful, it's so enjoyable and thrilling that's why we made it. That was the hope that we made it. That was the challenge, to take it to that other level and entertain a whole new world of fans and have the doubters say, though at first he came to scoff, he may remain to pray.
All right, bud, you ready?
Every character, there's a moment in this film where they step back and they realize that the world they're in and the village they're a part of and the people they're a part of, and they realize that they're unique and that they're special and that they can help and that they can do something, I guess, for their people in a way. And I think that's really special, and I think that's something that people can take away and go.
How to Train Your Dragon is available now to purchase and to rent on multiple digital platforms like Amazon Prime, Apple TV, and Fandango at Home. You are back now in Studio 5. Music helps us to bring you this show every week, and this week's soundtrack comes from Tasha Cobbs Leonard. Take a listen and you'll hear why The Hands That Keep Holding Me is what's playing in my ear.
I'll go, I'll follow, don't leave me alone. You promised you'll never let me go. So I'll just keep holding the hand that keeps holding me.
Your hand, your plan is better. On that musical note, we are just about out of time for this week's edition of Studio 5. So let's take a quick look at next week's rundown.
I said a prayer for you. I said this prayer. I prayed you take the moment. I prayed you take the time.
Award-winning recordist artist Major with his #1 hit, I Prayed for You.
A song about prayer that speaks to the heart of the individual and to the heart of the land is a song that took me to the top of the charts for the first time ever, #1 on Billboard.
He's taking us behind his hit music and a new single, a collaboration with his school, the Berkeley Summer Gospel Choir.
And the ocean greets the shore.
Hey, join us for that story and so much more come next week. As for this week, we've got time for just one more thing. Let's give the final word to the men of MercyMe.
Which song do you think is most representative of the band and where you are now?
Gosh, that's a tough one.
It's a good question.
I mean, we are bipolar, and this, the playlist is pretty all over the place, so I don't know.
All of them?
Probably like a Fred Astaire or a All God's People.
Yeah, or honestly, like, to me, I'd say Why Not Now? Because it's fun. We love to have fun. We like for the audience live to have fun, but with a point, like to have truth behind that. And I think that one's, I mean, we were rehearsing it yesterday and just laughing the whole time, having a great time, because there's more mouth trumpet.
That is a great final word for this edition of Studio 5 and for this week's look at uplifting entertainment. Until next time, make time to uplift someone around you, and then please come on back and see where Studio 5 takes you next week. Bye-bye. Thank you so much for watching.